What's up, guys? Garrett here again. So as the title shows, or I guess the thumbnail shows, I am moving. So I wanted to kind of go over what my process is of like how I'm gonna be changing my address and stuff, because it's a little bit more than just changing it on Amazon if you have an LLC. I have an LLC, so there's a little more steps to it. I've kind of broken it down into these steps right here, and I do have this linked in the description down below, so you can download it and then click, the file and edit however you want to do it if you want to follow along. But there are several steps, so every state's going to be a little bit different. For Colorado, I'm moving from Colorado to Oklahoma, so I need to do these steps in line. Otherwise, Amazon gets a little kind of hairy. If you have an LLC and you skip all these or step 1 and step 2, and you just goes down here to step 3, this update your seller central, Amazon will they could flag you. They could shut your deal down for a while, and they just don't like it whenever your addresses don't line up with what the government says. So your first step is you're gonna want to change your LLC underneath the state. This one's pretty straightforward, really fast, and not really complicated, unless you see down here there's two options. Option A, just register your if you're changing state, of course. Option A is if you want to register what I'm going to do is register your LLC as a foreign entity in the new state you're moving to. Or option B is you completely dissolve your LLC in Colorado or whatever state you're in and create a new one in the state you're moving to. This one is expensive. I would not recommend this one because this one's actually going to cost you like $110. $100 for dissolving and then $100 for starting a new LLC, and then $10 for the filing fee. So if you just change your address as a foreign entity, you're just going to be paying $10, and it's super simple, and it changes it, I'm pretty sure, automatically. It might take a while. I'm not real sure on that one. But so option A is more or less your go-to, unless you just want to make things super clean. You don't want to deal with the state you're in, like their tax filing stuff and all that. If you want to do that, then that is the case. The only time that you're required to do this option B is if you have if you have a brick and mortar. If you're going to be like selling things out of a store, then yes, you're going to have to dissolve it in one state and start it in another. But us being Amazon sellers, we don't have to do that. We're completely online, so it doesn't really matter where we are located at, if that makes sense. So you can just change the address from one state to another. You're just gonna have to have certain things. Now, what you will have to do if you're gonna get products sent to you and you still want your sales tax license, you will have to get this new sales tax license in the state that you're moving to, rather than like my old state, Colorado. I have a sales tax license in Colorado, but I don't have one in Oklahoma. So I will have to, apply for a new sales tax once I get there and get everything running. But I'm not really worrying about that right now. The first few things that I have done is I've stopped all my shipments coming into I've changed up everything. I'm trying to think of what I can show you guys. I don't want to show like my address and stuff right now. But what I did do is I changed out my where like whenever Amazon receives stuff and they want to I guess declare that it's not able to be sold again, they'll either send it back to you, which you can have an option for, or dispose of it or liquidate. And I've for now, for this month of me moving, I'm going to completely stop them shipping things to my address. That's step number one. That way, once you're moved out, you're not having to worry about Amazon sending products that they deem unsellable. That you don't have to worry about them sending it to your old address. But what sucks is all of the product that they deem unsellable, which most of the time is completely fine. They, they'll be disposing of it, which sucks. You'll be losing money that way, but it is what it is at that point. But I've stopped all that. I've stopped shipping anything to me. I have a prep center, so that's a really easy transition. If you don't have a prep center, you're just going to have to kind of eat a loss for a while and not buy anything, which really sucks. So a prep center is super good for this type of situation. You're really going to want a prep center for this. But if you don't, just, take it for a while. If you can get your address going, you could ship stuff there, but obviously if you're not there, you don't have someone there, you're going to have to, figure that out. So maybe think about getting a prep center. Anyways, once you have all this changed and everything, you've decided whether or not you want to keep your address or your LLC the same and just change the address, or if you want to dissolve it, start a new one. The next part is it's a long and grueling process because it's the federal government that we're moving towards. Because as an LLC, you have an EIN, and in order to be compliant, you want to keep your tax records up to date and everything, you're going to have to change that. And this process, as you see, it takes 4 to 6 weeks as long as everything goes smooth. If it doesn't go smooth, it could take longer. The federal government is the worst to deal with, paperwork wise and stuff. But anyways, for me, I think it's for everyone actually. You're gonna want to download this 8822B form, fill it out, and then get it sent in to them as quick as possible. I still haven't done this. I'm not too worried about it as of right now, just because I'm gonna be moving in a month, so I'm gonna get it done this week. And hopefully it gets done in a timely manner, not a total of 6 weeks, but we'll see how it goes. And so this is going to be, it's not hard to do, it's just time consuming. As you can see, it takes 4 to 6 weeks, so it takes a while. But anyways, once you've done step 1 and step 2, if you have an LLC or if you're just a sole proprietor, we're on to step 3 now, the update the Amazon Seller Central. So what we're going to do, if you have this downloaded, then you can follow along, but I'm just going to come in here and go over it because I have it right here. But you want to obviously log on to Amazon Seller Central. You're going to go up to the gear setting up here and go to account info. Going to go under business information. And I'm not going to click any further. It's got a lot of, sensitive information once I go past this point. But, click here, and then you're going to see your address in there. And all you pretty much do is just update your address, I've had people tell me that, Amazon, shut their account down for a while, made them re-verify, which is they send you a letter. It takes 2 weeks to get to you. And you have to pretty much type in the code that the letter gets sent to you about. And, that's, I don't know if they're they're skipping a part, they did that step without doing step 1 and step 2. And Amazon saw that there was discrepancy in their address. But Amazon can also screw up. Amazon is known to not do things the right way. But they even say, if you look it up online, they even say that you don't have to contact Amazon about an address change. You don't have to do that. But I think that what they don't say in there is make sure that all your legal entities are up to date. That way there's no conflict of interest or anything, all that, legal mumbo jumbo stuff. But that is pretty much all you have to do. It's not complicated or anything, but people do get in trouble, and they somehow, don't, I don't know. I don't know if they're not doing the steps or what. But anyways, we come back up over to our sheet. We've done all these steps now. We've done step one. We changed our LLC's address for the state. We changed our LLC's address for the federal government. And now we've changed our address in Amazon Seller Central. Do these in this order to avoid hopefully Amazon, shutting your account down. We'll hope that helps. And now, last but not least, the things that you don't think about sometimes is like your banks. Update the addresses in those. Update the addresses on your sales tax license. I mentioned this earlier. It's if you're not getting stuff sent to Colorado anymore, you don't really need to handle the sales tax license for Colorado anymore. Just make sure that you're, filing 0 for your sales tax. I messed up on that this year. Filing 0 on your sales tax for Colorado for the rest of the year. And then I have my Central Virginia Prep Center is in Virginia. So I continue to do that one the same, and there's nothing going to change with that. But just make sure you're filing 0 on both of these. That way there's no issues with that. And then and then obviously your business insurance, you want to change that and all that. We don't really have websites as booksellers, unless you do. I don't know, maybe you do. But yeah, that's about it. I'm moving from Colorado to Oklahoma. For the next month, I'm gonna have some time. I'm gonna try to do some more lives during this time, just to put some more content out. Let me know if you want to see anything. I already had one person comment and say they want to see some Keepa, like sourcing with Keepa type of deal. I told them honestly, I don't really use Keepa no more. I use Bookmine more than anything, but I will do a live like that. I haven't done it in a while, and I think it'll be fun. But let me know in the comments down below what kind of lives you want to see. This was just a quick one to kind of get out there what I'm doing, kind of show like, I'm moving, so this is what I got to do now with the business to make sure that I'm staying in compliance.